Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Accumulate, the game show where things can quickly add up. I'm your host Daniel Peake, and beside me are two teams that are beside themselves. A clever trick if you can manage it. This week we have the Spunky Aardvarks playing against Royal Flush. Let's meet the team captain of the Spunky Aardvarks.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a third year M-Chem chemistry student, and I was chased by a bear last year.
And Becky?
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm a third year English student, and the newspaper that we all work for is 75 years old this year. Yay!
Hi, I'm Emma, and I have recurring nightmares about my teeth falling out.
Lovely. And over to the team captain of Royal Flush, it's Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a first year biology student and I quite like independent films. Is that fun?
Hi, I'm Tom and I'm a first year undergraduate in robotics and I once wrestled a tiger and lost.
I'm James. I'm a first year maths and stats student, and last week I got a Royal Flush in poker, but sadly only won one chip.
Unlucky. Thank you very much. Welcome, guys. Accumulate is a quiz with 4 rounds, and the team that accumulates the most points at the end of the quiz wins. It is as simple as that. The losers get a small prize that insults their dignity. The winners go through to the next round. So we'll start with a nice round 1. Round 1 is the accumulator. Before we started the show, we had a coin toss, and the Spunky Aardvarks lost the coin toss. So, as we always say on the show, you lose, you choose. So you've got a choice of categories for this round. The 2 categories are Here Comes the Birdie, B-I-R-D-Y, or Here Comes the Birdie, B-I-R-D-I-E. Which would you like?
Whichever one has nothing to do with golf. Does anybody know which?
They might neither be both to do with golf.
Maybe one has to do with badminton.
With what?
Badminton.
Which one would you like? I'm getting bored now.
The one with the Y.
Yeah.
The one with the Y, B-I-R-D-Y, okie doke. Something to do in the questions and answers are related to birds. So, no golf in this one. Who was the 1 point question?
Me.
Okay. Emma, for 1 point. What is the name of the character played by Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy of films?
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sparrow is correct. 1 point. Becky, for 2 points. Particularly used for instant replays, what system is used to track the path of a ball in cricket or tennis?
We're not allowed to confer.
No, you're on your own for this question.
Don't know.
The answer's Hawkeye on that one. Bad luck. The captain, 3 points. What is the name of the Premier League football team, what is the nickname of Newcastle United? Not a sport person?
Not in the slightest.
Fair enough.
That's why we're avoiding golf.
Yeah. I don't know. Magpies.
The Magpies is correct.
Ooh.
Congratulations, good guess. So these questions, 4 and 5, were 4 and 5 points each, are for the team. Question 4. Errol Flynn, Patrick Troughton, Kevin Costner, and Jonas Armstrong have all played which fictional character?
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Robin Hood is correct, yes. And 5 points for question 5. Which American band have had UK Top 40 hits with Mr. Jones, Accidentally in Love, and Big Yellow Taxi?
Counting Crows. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The American on the team gets it correct. 5 points there. Did I get it right that you're American from the accent?
Indeed.
It was a good guess. So, Team Royal Flush, you've been left with the category Here Comes the Birdie, B-I-R-D-I-E, and as Spunky Aardvarks guessed, it is to do with terms in golf, but the questions aren't necessarily about golf, as you shall find out. So for 1 point, it's James, yes?
Yeah.
Or is it Tom? Sorry. Tom, I do apologise. Kermit the Frog once sang that it's not easy being which colour?
Green.
Green is a good guess because frogs tend to be green. So yes, and also a green is a part of a golf course. Question 2 for James. What is the national bird of the United States of America?
Eagle.
Can you be more specific?
Bald eagle.
The bald eagle is correct. I was going to give it to you anyway.
Thank you.
But bald eagle, eagle being the golf term we were looking for. Question 3 for the captain, for 3 points. What name is given to the ideological and physical boundary which separated Europe into East and West at the end of World War II until 1991?
The Berlin Wall.
It's not, I'm afraid. It was the Iron Curtain that we were looking for. Iron being the term of golf. So now these questions are for the whole team. Question 4 for 4 points. What sandwich comprises normally of turkey, bacon, lettuce and tomato, possibly with mayonnaise, and is usually served in toasted bread cut into quarters and held together with cocktail sticks? That was a very long description of a club sandwich. Or clubhouse sandwich also. And finally, question 5. Which British actress has voiced a character in the animated Disney movie Tarzan and appeared in Circle of Friends and Good Will Hunting?
Any idea?
No. There's Robin Williams anymore in that Damon in Good Will Hunting. Are they golf names? No. Demi Moore?
Where's the golf term in that?
I have no idea.
Well hidden. No, it's Mini Driver. Driver is what we were looking for there. At the end of round 1, Royal Flush have accumulated 7 points, whilst the Spunky Aardvarks are well in the lead with 13. It's time for round 2, Speculate to accumulate. Round 2 is Speculate to accumulate. I'm going to give each team a list of 6 items, and all they have to do is put them in order. They'll get 1 point for the first one in the right place, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, and so on. However, I've been a wee bit sneaky, and I've added 1 item that doesn't belong to the list, and doesn't score them any points, so I'll have to work out which one it is and put it at the end. Now, Royal Flush, you lose, you choose. You've only got 7 points compared to the Spunky Aardvarks 13, so you get the choice in categories, and the categories are hearts or diamonds.
What do you think?
I'd say hearts.
Yeah, I'd go with hearts.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it? Hearts?
You've gone with hearts, okie doke. Royal Flush. Starting with the slowest, please place these animals in order of their resting heart rates, assuming they are not hibernating. This is according to earthlife.net, and please remember, 1 item does not belong to the list. The items you've got are human, lion, mouse, rabbit, red herring, and shrew, and your 45 seconds starts now.
Okay, so the small one.
Blue and quiet.
Okay.
Yeah. Then mouse, I think.
Human.
Blue and white.
Human.
Yeah, 80.
Rabbit.
Where's the red herring?
Which one was faster? More like red herring.
I don't want them to be the red herring. To be the red herring though.
Yeah.
It's too obvious.
Yeah. I'd say the red herring.
Okay.
We're going to.
Do we need to put the red herring in, even though it's...
At the end. Just put it at the
Okay.
end.
That's cool.
Okay. So, first of all, which one have you put as the red herring?
The red herring.
The red herring is indeed the red herring in this quiz. So, if you hadn't figured that out, I would have been slightly worried. Was there a biologist on your team? Sorry, did you say?
Yeah.
So, yeah. There is no actual fish called a red herring, which is why it's a red herring. You can't have a heart rate if it doesn't exist. Okay, so which animal do you think has the highest heart rate?
The shrew.
The shrew is correct for 1 point. It has about 800 beats per minute. Second,
The mouse.
the mouse is correct at about 600 beats per minute. Next,
The rabbit.
correct, about 200 beats per minute. That was 3 points.
Then the human.
70 beats per minute, correct. And then lion at 40 beats per minute. A full house, 15 out of 15. Very well done. So, Spunky Aardvarks, you've got some living up to do here. You've got the category diamonds. A diamond is the hardest element on the Mohs hardness scale. So, starting with the softest, can you please place these other official Mohs scale minerals in order of their hardness? Remember, 1 item does not belong to the list. You've got apatite, corundum, gypsum, pyrite, quartz, and talc. You've got 45 seconds, starting now.
It's definitely talc.
I don't think this is even a thing. An appetite?
Yeah, that might be taking in Michael. Gypsum definitely hard. Oh. Does anybody want to help her?
I feel like quartz would maybe be like answer towards the end.
I think
Pyrite is the really glittery one, isn't it?
kind of, yeah.
I'm not scared of glitter. Well, no, I'm just saying.
Any thoughts? I hate being the only scientist on a team, because then if I get this wrong, I look like an idiot.
Talcum powder is really soft.
Yeah, it's 1. I know that for a fact. And quartz.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
And time up. If you can just put the red herring at the end there. So, you've put appetite as the red herring. I'm afraid that's actually an actual mineral on the scale. It looks like a red herring, but it's not. So what have you got as the softest mineral?
Talc.
Talc is indeed the softest. And next?
Corundum.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. It was gypsum next. And what have you got next?
Gypsum.
Yes, I'm afraid that was second. Apatite is then third. I've no idea what it is, but it's apparently on the scale. Next?
Pyrite.
It's quartz instead of pyrite. And then next you've got...
Quartz.
Yes, and instead it was corundum. You do get a point. At the end of round 2, the Spunky Aardvarks now have 14 points, whilst Royal Flush are flushed with success with 22. It's time for round 3, the Accumula Tower. Round 3, the Accumula Tower, where the teams will need nimble fingers and nifty minds for this round. I'm going to be asking them quick-fire questions for 90 seconds, and every time they get one right, they could start building a tower. The first layer is worth 1 point, the second layer is worth 2, and so on and so forth. But if the tower falls over, then they have to start building again by answering more questions correctly. So, if they're feeling a little bit wimpy, and they're worried that it's going to fall over, they can start building a second tower if they want. So you can build up to 2 towers at any one time. Spunky Aardvarks, you're going first, as you're slightly trailing, I'd like to say, but there's plenty of time left. So, are you ready for your 90-second barrage of insanity?
Yep.
Don't see why not.
Very restrained in English of you. You could learn a thing or two. That was harsh, sorry, I do apologise. 90 seconds, are you ready? The time starts now. Who won the Tour de France 7 times in a row from 1999 to 2005?
Lance Armstrong.
Correct. You can build a layer of the tower. That one's worth 1 point. What was the title of the final Harry Potter book that came out in 2007?
Deathly Hallows.
Correct. Harry Potter and the, but I'll excuse you. Team captain doing all the building work here. What name is given to the effect whereby CO2 keeps the planet warm?
Greenhouse effect.
Greenhouse effect is correct. Lister, Cat, Crichton and Rimmer are 4 characters from which sci-fi comedy?
Red Dwarf.
It is indeed. Starting to wobble. Ooh. You can all help if you want. Brutus killed which Roman emperor?
Caesar.
Julius.
Julius, yes. Caesar was generic.
Should we try which position you put it all kind
Yeah, maybe a
of
little
each
bit.
other?
Hang on.
Need to get the plate on for the layer to count. What is the capital city of Wales?
Cardiff.
Correct. Less than 10 seconds.
Another tower? Or try again. I
5,
don't want to risk it.
4.
Okay, please.
What number is just to the right of 20 on a dartboard? And
1.
it is, you haven't got enough time to build a layer. So, I've just noticed you've used 2 cups at the bottom for that bottom layer, but I won't penalise you for that because I hadn't noticed it. So you get 15 points for that tower and 1 point for the extra one, giving you 16 points in total for the Accumula Tower. Time for Royal Flush to do the same thing with different questions, obviously. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Your 90 seconds begins now. Nick Hancock, Gary Lineker, David Gower and Rory McGrath were regulars on which sport-themed panel game?
They think it's all over.
It is now. You can build a layer. The Millennium Wheel in London is now known by what name? Correct. Ooh, that was nearly an early fumble.
Yeah.
If it is 2 PM in London, what time is it most likely to be in Paris?
3 p.m.
Correct. They're usually an hour ahead of us.
Yeah.
In which soap is there a pub called The Rover's Return?
Coronation Street.
Sadly, you are correct.
Yeah, 1 more.
I'm not a soap person. Which monarch was beheaded, Charles I or Charles II?
Charles I.
Correct.
start a new one.
Yeah. Just
Tactics coming into play. The Angel of the North is visible whilst travelling on which motorway?
No idea.
Worth a guess.
M1.
It is, yes.
Do a guess.
If you'd have answered M4, you'd have been a muppet. How many players are there in a rugby union team? Less than 10 seconds.
12.
15. Shakespeare wrote about the merry wives of which town? 5 seconds.
No idea.
Merry wives of Windsor. What name is given to the phenomenon seen in the sky when light is reflected?
Borealis.
It's not, it's the rainbow. If you see an aurora borealis every day, that's
Yeah.
quite
weird.
disturbing. So you get 10 points, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 for the tall tower, another 3 for that one. That's 13 points. Time for the final round. The team with the most points at the end of this round will be the winners of this week's Accumulate. 10 questions on the buzzers, it's a free-for-all. The first one's worth 1 point, the second one's worth 2, and so on until the 10th is worth 10. Buzzing, get it right, they get those points. Buzzing, get it wrong, they lose those points, and I'll throw it over to the other team. This week the questions are cream of the crop. Something in the question or answer will be related to crops. So, fingers on buzzers, just to let you know, this is what the sound of the spunky monkeys, spunky aardvarks even, buzzer will be. And the royal flush. So let's go for question 1 for 1 point. Which English county has borders with only one other? Tom.
Cornwall.
Cornwall is correct. Corn being the crop. You get what we're doing here. Question 2 for 2 points. Who founded the computer company Amstrad before going on to be the central figure of the UK version? Tom.
Alan Sugar.
Alan Sugar is correct. I was going to say of The Apprentice. Richard O'Brien and Ed Tudor Pole were the hosts. James.
The Crystal Maze.
That's correct. You're good on your buzzers. Royal flush, by the way. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10.
All in the same seat.
Yeah. And only one chip.
Yeah, everyone else folded. Terrible hands.
It just sucks. On which street would you find Oscar the Grouch, Bert and Ernie? Tom.
Sesame Street.
You would indeed. You're far too quick at buzzing in.
Yeah.
Question 5 for 5 points. Which American pop punk group's biggest hit singles include Teenage Dirtbag? Tom.
Wheatest.
Yes, wheat being... Come on, you could do it! These ones are the ones with all the points, and now they'll get them wrong and you'll get them right. Come on.
I'll fail.
Hopefully.
Cheers.
Not a problem. Which playground game involves throwing a stone into a square? Emma.
Hopscotch.
Correct! Well, interrupted. The Lloyds of London insurance market originally met at what type of shop? Emma.
A malt shop.
It's not, I'm afraid. You lose 7 points.
What?
Overall, that's -1. And it was a coffee shop, if you're not going to buzz in. For 8 points. For 8 points. What type of gift is traditionally recommended for a first wedding anniversary? Chris.
Paper.
It's not. Oh dear.
It is.
Paper is second, I'm afraid. It's cotton. Question 9 for 9 points. You can still get some points. Tasseography is the art of fortune telling by reading the patterns of what in a cup? Tom.
Tea leaves.
It is tea leaves. Question 10 for 10. Come on, you could get 10 points. What surname connects the novelist Anne, the musical theatre lyricist Tim, and the former United States...
Rice.
Correct. Well interrupted. I was going to say Condoleezza. And that's the end of the quiz. So, it's time for the final scores. The Spunky Aardvarks from Spark. I told that round didn't go particularly well for you. You now have 31 points. And the Royal Flush team, you now have 59. Congratulations, we'll see you back in the semi-finals. And I have a little prize for the losers. And it's these round dice that are utterly useless, because they always land in between 3 numbers. So that one's in between 4. Oh, it's 4. It's there 4. And there's another 2. So, thank you. So congratulations, you don't go home empty-handed. Thank you very much for watching Accumulate. Goodbye from the Royal Flush team.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye from the Spunky Aardvarks
Bye.
with their lovely rattly dice, and I'll see you Accumulator.